Long ago, before the world lost its magic, 3 ancient relics, the Moonstone, the Starfire, and the Suntear, held the balance of light and shadow. Together, they wove the very fabric of existence, binding the forces of nature into harmony. But when darkness grew greedy and sought dominion, the artifacts were scattered across the land, hidden away to protect their power. Without them, magic faded and the world fell silent. Until now, deep within the Eldertwine Forest, where the trees whisper secrets and rivers hum forgotten songs, a girl named Elara walks between worlds, the wild and the mystical, the past and the present. Raised by the forest after being abandoned as a child, she has always sensed the heartbeat of nature, its magic lingering just beyond reach. But something is changing. The balance is shifting. And Elara is about to learn that she is more than just a child of the wild. She is the key to magic's return. Elara crouched low, her fingers brushing against the damp earth. The wolf beside her, her only companion for as long as she could remember, watched the treetops with pricked ears. The wind carried an unfamiliar scent, one that made the forest uneasy. Something was coming. Elara, a voice echoed from above. She looked up to see a flickering glow weaving between the branches. A tiny winged creature. A fairy descended before her, its iridescent wings catching the moonlight. Luna, the last of the starborn fae. "You feel it, don't you?" Luna's voice was a whisper, edged with urgency. Elara nodded. "The forest is restless." The wolf huffed in agreement. "For centuries, the Moonstone has slumbered beneath the ruins of the celestial keep, waiting for the one who can awaken it," Luna said. "That time is now, and that person is you." Elara's brow furrowed. She had never asked for destiny. She had never asked for anything. Yet, the weight of Luna's words pressed against her like the roots of an ancient tree, deep, unyielding, inevitable. "The Moonstone?" she asked. Luna hovered closer. "It is one of the 3 pillars of magic. Without it, the land remains broken, and the darkness that once threatened the world will rise again." Elara felt the wolf press against her side, grounding her. She exhaled. "Where do we begin?" The journey to the celestial keep was treacherous. The forest, once her ally, seemed to resist her passage, twisting its paths and whispering warnings she could not yet understand. But with Luna guiding the way and the wolf keeping watch, Elara pressed on. When they finally arrived, the keep stood before them, a forgotten ruin swallowed by time and nature. Vines clung to its crumbling walls, and moonlight spilled through shattered archways, illuminating symbols carved into stone. Luna fluttered ahead, tracing glowing patterns in the air. "The Moonstone lies within," she murmured. Elara stepped forward, her heartbeat steady despite the eerie silence. As she crossed the threshold, the temperature dropped. Shadows stretched unnaturally, and the air thickened with something unseen. And then she heard them. Whispers. They curled through the air like smoke. Voices layered upon one another, speaking in a language she did not know yet somehow understood. They told of power and sacrifice, of light and shadow, of those who had come before and failed. The wolf growled, its golden eyes locked on something beyond the veil of darkness. "Elara!" Luna's voice trembled. "We are not alone." The shadows shifted. A presence unfurled from the depths of the keep, rising from the cracks in the stone. A figure materialized, a being of void and smoke, its form flickering between human and something far worse. You are not meant to be here, it hissed. Elara clenched her fists. Then why am I? A pause, then a low chuckle. Because fate is cruel. Before she could react, the darkness surged forward. The shadow struck with inhuman speed. Elara barely rolled aside before its tendrils lashed out, splitting the stone where she had stood. The wolf lunged, teeth flashing, but passed straight through the creature, its form twisting like mist. "Elara!" Luna cried, weaving a spell of light, but the darkness consumed it instantly. The voice laughed. "You are too late." The Moonstone. Elara's eyes darted to the center of the chamber, where a pedestal stood, bathed in silver light. The gemstone atop it pulsed weakly, as if trapped in slumber. She didn't think. She ran. The shadow shrieked as she reached for the Moonstone. Darkness coiled around her, tightening, suffocating. And then a flash of silver, a blinding pulse of energy. The Moonstone awakened. Elara gasped as the power surged through her veins. The darkness recoiled, screeching in agony. The wolf howled, and Luna's wings shimmered with renewed strength. The air shifted. The whispers ceased, and for the first time in centuries, the celestial keep breathed. But as Elara caught her breath, the Moonstone trembled in her hand. Its glow was unstable, flickering like a candle in the wind. Something was wrong. "The balance is broken," Luna whispered. "The Moonstone alone is not enough." Elara turned, her heart pounding. "Then what is?" Luna's gaze darkened. "The other two artifacts, the Starfire and the Suntear, must be found. Only then will magic be whole again." Elara tightened her grip on the Moonstone. The battle was over, but the war had just begun. And in the depths of the forest, unseen eyes watched, waiting